retired athletes. In our time together today, we are going to talk about the two aspects of team that all retired athletes miss. And I will get to that in just a sec, but hey, if we've never met, I am Janae, founder of Transition What Now, where I help others thrive in life's transitions. I am an author, an entrepreneur, a wife, and a homeschooling mother of 5. And I'm really glad that you're joining in this in this particular lesson, because you know that team is something that I have really loved having and has been very beneficial in my life. And when I was writing this content, actually, my 11-year-old son, he kind of peered over and saw it, and he's 11, and he's been he's been a gymnast for 6 years. He's an 11-time state champion, so maybe that gives him some clout. But he literally saw my title and said, "Missing your team? That's what you are going to talk about?" And then he's like, "I mean, go hang out with friends or go to a club or something." That's his response. And I said, "Well, won't you miss your teammates when you don't have them?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, but I won't be like, wow, my teammates." So kids are super funny, and actually they are my new team in a way that that I'll talk about later. But he's wrong. Athletes absolutely miss their team, and I feel like missing team is twofold. Okay, so we're going to talk about these two aspects of team that we all miss. So one are your actual teammates. Athletes in Action did an article about teammates, and they said, your circumstances, let me read this particularly. It says, your circumstances and schedule have much to do with you and your crew being together 24/7, but outside of the mandatory time you all have spent together, and you still choose to be joined at the hip. So you're going to miss your teammates personally. Yes, my teammates, yay, miss me. You're going to miss them personally. You're going to miss being with them. You're going to miss their friendship, their quirks, their mannerisms, their love, sharing, the blood, sweat, and tears that are unique to your sport, and specific training experiences. So that only understand by teammates. So you have this common bond that you, of all sports and all, of you who've had teammates, know that it's just unlike much else. You have inside jokes and special memories that you share. So I brought a couple pictures today of my teammates. So, and a couple of things of teammates and why we love them so much. So I found these, I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, I have examples of why teammates are so special. So here's my team. Oopsie, there you are. So this is one picture of my teammates at Penn State, and this group is super special. And years above and below, this is just 1 year, but years above and below this are super special to me, and most of us all keep in touch very regularly. I also want to share this picture why I thought teammates were special. So this is from, we have a media guide, and inside the media guide, look at this. This is team. Do you see this? Totally, someone just dismounted. Look at the cheering going on, and we are really, really excited. Okay, the next one, look at this. Someone just finished a routine and surrounded by her teammates, enveloping her with support. That's team. How incredible. And look, my teammate is here who's watching. There you are. Here I am. Oh my. Okay, so to me that is special, and that is team. And there's just nothing like it. So again, we miss the people. We miss who they are for us and who we are for them. So that's something I miss. The second aspect is that you will miss having a team of support. So this is also from Athletes in Action. I want to read this. It says, believe the best of your friends. It makes a world of a difference to have someone in your corner. Athletes know what that feeling is like when their teammates are screaming at the top of their lungs for them from the sideline. That full-throated support can help your friend rightly see themselves. Teammate friendships provide extraordinary community, deep levels of vulnerability, You've thrown up together, you've cried together, you've bled together. That was my own bit. And a sense of enthusiastic encouragement that is unprecedented. Keyword, unprecedented. It's only as a retired athlete that I've come to fully appreciate those qualities and the blueprint they provide for lasting, fruitful relationships overall. Okay, so in my book, I'm a retired athlete, what now? I outlined, so the fifth secret is called structure and support, and it's for that exact reason. Structure, a little different, but the support is your team. The team that was around you that helped you win at sport. We can create not the same, but it's about creating team around you to help you win in this new season of life. So I kind of identified a couple things in my book as far as that new team that I'm going to read you a couple of them. So it says, pick 3 people to be your positive support structure. So finding people in your life today, whatever that looks like, friends, family, co-workers, people you work out with, new teams that you're on. It says join the Transition What Now community. You can go find a teammate to go through this book with you. Have a team to go through this book and retiring from sport with you. And you can use social media. Believe it or not, I've talked a couple times on here about there's actually good aspects of social media. We're using one of them to help you form that new team. So join or form a community life group. We'll talk about that at the end. So I've given you some of those at the end as well. Get a personal coach or hire somebody like that. And those are just some examples that I have in my book. Just surrounding yourself with more support than you know what to do with. And we'll talk about why it's not a replacement. It's just something else that we talked about you can do. Okay. So I mean, literally, it doesn't matter what industry you get into post-sport. You will most not likely not have the cheering section you had as an athlete. And in this article, she wrote about the full-throated support. So many of you have heard before, if you watched my past videos or not, or read the book, that I had a career-ending injury my senior year. And then I said one of my goals, because we like to set goals as athletes, one of my goals every competition, that now I was on the sidelines, braced from hip to ankle. And when I was at a competition, my goal was to lose my voice cheering, because that's one thing I could do. I could cheer. I could lead. I could cheer. Well, that was ridiculous, full-throated cheering, so much so that I think I've partially ruined some vocal cords, because I went to an ENT after college, and so if I yell too much now or talk too loud, that it still scratches. So let's not go that route, but that's what we do. That's what we did. But in general, when you're an athlete, there's no other arena and that you where people are yelling like, go Janae, you can do it, Janae, and all day. Not in the corporate world. I've been there. Not in Hollywood. I've been there. Not in owning your own business. I've been there. Not in medicine. Not in a trade. Not in coaching. I mean, if you're a coach, and a lot of people get into coaching, you're doing the cheering a lot of times, right? You're cheering for others a lot. And not in any work arena, right, that I can think of, or a job. Again, not that there's not people who are on your side. It's very different. And the beauty of the team is not like this, that you're cheering you on. It's just this collective support and camaraderie that, again, like was said, is unprecedented. And it's this all for one for all philosophy, okay? So what can you do about missing team? We are wired for connections and friendships. Okay, so it's rightfully so that you miss those connections and friendships. Understand that this once special team of yours is irreplaceable. we're not looking, like we've talked about this with the working out bit. Like sometimes we call this the replacer, and that's what I was. I wanted to replace gymnastics with something else, something else, something else, and nothing compared. It's not about replacing. You're not going to replace your team and fill a hole that seems to be missing. Fill those teammates. That was then, and this is now. So now can be great. Now can be a whole new great season, a new team. All right, so what does that team look like? I gave you some suggestions already from the book, right? So surrounding yourself, and the book's suggestions were more around, as you'll see in the book, it's a workbook. So you work through a new goal for your new season of life. And so this is suggestions to help you with your new goal, a team to surround you to help you with that new pursuit or passion or goal, okay? But what about personally? So I was doing some writing for my next book. It's going to be on injury, and I was doing some writing in a local coffee shop, and I see this group of team, let's call them a team of firefighters walk through, and it wasn't like 3, it was, I don't know, 7, and they were a presence, and men, women, short, tall, big, small, and they came in, and the whole place, and you could just see that they had a camaraderie. And in my heart, and I was thinking about this, maybe I knew I was going to write this content, and it was just like, they have a team. So it's different than a sports team, and I'm in what would have been called an individual sport, but we had a team, especially in the college arena, and in JOs, Junior Olympic, all that. So it doesn't matter what kind of sport you're in. You still have people around you, your coaches, people who are in that sport with you that are your team. And so in this firefighting, I just thought, hey, they have a bond like a sports team. And I lived in New York City during 9/11 and did go to fire stations. That's a whole nother session too. I went to some fire stations following 9/11, and we volunteered with my career that I was in then, and did some work with the firefighters, brought them sunshine and gifts, basically. We were in the pharmaceutical industry, giving them lots of little giveaways and stuff, and meals. And I will tell you what, the bond that those firemen share in that team is a team. And so I just thought that was pretty cool. So there's an idea, become a firefighter. No, but just things like that I'm saying in general. Another idea, you ready for this one? Have a big family. Team Ollie is 7 deep, and we are our own team. Now, clearly you don't need a big family, even if you have 1 child or 2 child, or it's you and a spouse, right? Having a family is a team. And so that's another way that we can create that team and do things together as team. Churches, so I said in my book a little bit, have community groups, small group, life groups, and the whole point of those is to find a community to, they say, do life with, right? Like this is your team of people that you do life with. Surround yourself with people, or maybe 2 or 3 really solid friends or teammates, right? So it just depends on your personality. Maybe you like to just surround yourself with a whole bunch of people that are for you, or like I said, having just that quality couple people that are rooting for you and cheering for you and know everything that's going on in life so they can be there for you, check in on you daily, that kind of thing. Okay. So overall, I want to kind of bring it all together that this is a transition where you will miss the old, and that's okay. I think it's important to recognize that you miss it because it was a good thing. You're missing it. It was a special thing and a good thing, so it's not bad that you're missing it, right? So it's just being thankful. Here we are. While I'm doing this video is the day before Thanksgiving. What a great time to be thankful that you had a team in your life to support you, and it's okay to miss that because you loved it. And so it's shifting your context from I miss my team and this sucks and I'll never get that back again and right, woe is me, to I miss my team and it's a good thing that I do. I'm grateful that I had that experience or had this opportunity. Okay? And so it's okay that I won't replace that. But I'll create a new team that will look very different from my old team. So let go of it having to be a certain way, and enjoying, this is what we're going to do now, is enjoy the discovery of what this new season will look like, even in the realm of team. Like, it's just a discovery. Like, what will my new team look like? Who can I, build around me? What can I create? That kind of thing. Okay? So homework from this video is to write down one gold nugget you learned and an action that you will take to apply in your life. And it could just be that you need that shift in perspective, that you don't need to replace the old team, right? And that it's okay to miss teammates, miss having a team around you. So again, in a nutshell, the two aspects of team that all retired athletes miss is the person, the actual teammate, or plural teammates, the people, and the other one is the aspect of the support of a team and those around you. Okay? All right. I hope that you learned a ton. Take it with you. Again, one action to write it down and apply in your life. That's what we're here for, not just to watch a video, but to then apply what you sat here and learned. Have a fabulous, fabulous day. We'll talk soon. We'll see you, and apply that friendship.